Alright guys, got it's originally bought for my sons. It's a Tika T3 compact in 7mm-08 Remington. I'm gonna do some impromptu penetration tests today where I will use I have 6 water-filled milk jugs down there. It's 50 yards, so it's just, I mean, I know it's not very scientific, but it gives me an idea of what will happen. I mean, and this is pretty extreme, 50 yards on a bullet, you know, whether it's going to hold together, whether we're going to have a cup and core separation or whatever. But my first one I'm going to shoot here is going to be the 120 grain Nosler Ballistic Tip. Well, I mean, if you've never heard of the ballistic tip, you know, where have you been? Ballistic tips have been around for a long time. Back years ago, 20 years ago, they were notorious for being pretty lightly constructed. And I mean, they were known for, I mean, not even penetrating a deer, just going just a few inches in and just exploding, for lack of a better term. But recently, well, within the past 5 years or so, they have Nosler has reconstructed their ballistic tip, and especially the 7mm-08 and the 120 grain. It was purportedly redesigned specifically for silhouette shooters that were just shooting steel rams and chickens and hogs or whatever they shoot. But they were complaining, saying that, you know, it just didn't have the oomph to knock the ram over. So Nosler took note and they constructed it heavier, which worked out great for us hunters. I mean, it will now hold together and penetrate versus blowing up or versus disintegrating like a varmint bullet. Now, Nosler still does make ballistic tips in varmint calibers that are designed to go just 4 or 5 inches and then more or less explode, and be no pelt damage. But this one, I'm really hoping that this one performs well in my penetration test. At least holds together. That's my main thing. On my deer where I hunt, it is so thick. I mean, of course, I love DRTs. I love them to drop right there, but most times they don't, unless you hit a high shoulder or spine somewhere. But anyway, so if they don't, I love 2 holes in my deer because I like to be able to track them. I like a blood trail. But anyway, all right, let me put my ears on, and I will shoot this, and I'm gonna take y'all down there. I'm gonna take you with me. I'm not gonna cut. I'm gonna take y'all down with me. So we're gonna give first one is a Nosler 120 grain ballistic tip, traveling 3,000 feet per second. Of course, I'm sure it's not going quite that fast out of this 20-inch barrel, but we'll see. All right, guys. Right. All right, gun clear. Gonna go down there and see what happens. Leave the ears here. Go down and give y'all a look as I'm walking here. See what's happening. All right, see. I lined up 6 of them. And we'll see how many made through. Let's see here. There's 1, 2, loaded. There it is, right there. Let's see, I had 6. It's 1, 2, 3. It's in the 3rd one, right there. She's in there. I do have a cup and core separation. Oh well, I still like them. We're gonna try them on deer next year. Signing off. All right, guys. So I'm gonna shoot part 2 here. I'm gonna shoot the 7mm-08 Remington in the 140 grain Deer Season XP. It's an extreme point, as it's called. It looks sort of like a ballistic tip, has the polymer tip, but it's a really big tip, which I understand is meant for pretty much expansion. From what I read, it is created to increase your chances for DRTs, which there's a lot of factors that go into DRTs, but anyway, I think that they deal more with placement than the construction of the bullet, which, I mean, you have to have something to get to the vitals in order to, you know, put a killing wound on a deer. But anyway, we're gonna give this shot. This 140 grain, claimed it to going at 2,800 feet per second, which I'm sure with my little short 20-inch barrel Tika here, it will be not going that fast. So once again, I've got 6 milk jugs down there to hopefully catch this bullet and see what it does. As we just saw, the 120 grain ballistic tip did not do as well as I wanted it to do. There was a cup and core separation and didn't penetrate 2 jugs. It was captured in the 3rd jug, which that's not really what I wanted, but I mean, everything I've read about this bullet said it is one penetrating joker. But anyway, I know that 50 yards into milk jugs is an extreme test on a bullet's construction. But anyway, let me get my ears on and we'll see what this 140 grain does here. All right, guys, here we go. Let's see here. All right, guns clear. Go down and check it out, and once again get y'all to go with me and we'll see. Walk along with me here. We'll see what we're dealing with. Now this one I don't expect to penetrate but a couple and be captured in the 3rd, but you never know. I've also read reports of this one penetrating through there, so we'll see. We will definitely see. All right, let's see here. All right, there we are. All right, let's see. We go 1, 2. Wow, one way over there. Let's see here. And 1 obliterated. 2. Nothing in there. Right, I had 6 up here and I just got 2. So obviously penetrated 3. Maybe stuck in this 4th one here. We'll see. And it did not penetrate the 4th or the 5th one, because there was 6. Wow. Let's see. Maybe we'll get lucky. Find it. And once again, it did penetrate further than the 120 grain. It was captured in the 5th jug, but once again we have a cup and core separation. It looks almost identical to the 120 grain ballistic tip, but it penetrated. It's caught in the 5th, and the 120 grain ballistic tip was caught in the 3rd. So anyway, all right, let me set it up, try again. Signing off.